All right, guys, glad that we are here this evening. We got a great topic going on here on Love Crossing Borders. I don't even need the headphones tonight. Actually, let me set up my router. Wow, glad to see that you guys have made it here. So give me a few seconds to get that all set up because we don't want any bar. Remember, we got the new router. So let me get that set up. Because the last thing I want to deal with is buffering. So let's see. All right. Maybe I should have did before I got started with the live stream. You kind of think that. But I'm glad that we made it in tonight, guys. We got a great topic. Tonight's topic is about we all know good people with good intentions. We know good that set itself up. All right, I'm back. So let's get started, guys. My name is Andre of Love Crossing Borders / Mostly Money / Andrea Wallace TV. That been on the mind of many of us for quite some time when it comes to traveling. Traveling with somebody that's already set in their ways. You have people that are already set in their ways when it comes to how they are in the States, but then they come and they travel and they are still set in their ways of how they're going to do things, even after years of traveling. So we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of being set in your ways when it comes to traveling, and some of it may spill over into life. It depends on how it is. Today is Friday, drink in hand. Today I am keeping it simple. I got me a few Club Colombians, negre, the black, in other words, like Taylor Made said the other day, once you go black, you never go back. So I've been drinking these Club Colombians for a while. So I'm just going to do some beers tonight. I'm going to keep it simple. Oh, you hear that? Oh, yeah. Got my beer glass. I'm ready. Let me know, guys, what you are drinking while we get this live stream together. I don't care if you're drinking bottled water. I don't care if you're drinking soda water. I don't care if you're drinking soda pop. I don't care if you're just drinking pop or Faygo. Let me know what you're drinking, guys. I don't care if it's tap water. I don't care if it's shower water. I don't care what it is. As long as it's not toilet water, you all right with me. But at the end of the day, we're just going to sit back and we're going to enjoy our Friday. Like Terry says, cheers. All right. Well, everybody knows my name. And they're all so glad I came. All right, guys. They got a cheers here. This is like no matter what country you go to, they've got a cheers bar. Let's get started with some shout outs. We already shouted out Terry, who's in the building representing. Then we got Jay here, who's always the lovely Jay, who's always representing. Let me make sure that everything is going good. No buffering. Oh, let me put this back in the window so I can get the best Wi-Fi. Back over there. Yeah, we're gonna get all this done because I want this to go just right. Because the past couple of days, the Wi-Fi has been pretty good. So I can't complain. All right, let's get started with this one. So yeah, as I mentioned, the problem with a lot of people that we know that they are just set in their ways. And it's not that they're bad people or that you're a bad person if you're set in your ways. It's just how it is. And sometimes being set in your ways could hold you back from being a better person. So at the end of the day, let's see. We got that set up. All right, we got the chat set up. And guess what else is set up? I got the super chat. I know one thing should be taking place tonight. I should be seeing some donations. I don't care if it's $1, 50 cents, 15 cents, 50 pesos. I don't care what it is. Today we finally got the super. I set it up the other day. So we finally got the super chat set up. So all of you that want to donate, because usually what we do is we give. So anytime you donate, we donate. So we're always giving food to the hungry because COVID is impacting everybody everywhere. So we normally take the monies and we donate it to orphanages, just like TaylorMade does in his area. We also give to the elders, because in this community, if you see a person with a red towel or red shirt hanging out their window, that means that there's a person that's in need. So what we do, we try to give to those that are in need. So yeah, hit that super chat today, guys. All right, we got 5 people in the building for now, but we know this is going to continue to grow. All right, let me go ahead and get all this set up, guys. I appreciate your patience, definitely. And shout out to all those on Twitch. Shout out to all those on Facebook. We appreciate you just as much as YouTube, definitely. So we look forward to actually doing this live stream as one big family. Oh yeah. And I see no buffering taking place. That looks pretty good. Pretty good. And I'm still trying to come. You see the floating stick in the background, the Kevin Samuels floating stick. I still have an extra one, and I'm still coming up with a contest to give it away to you guys. So I'm coming up with a contest in which I can give it away to you all for supporting the channel and being there for us, because we appreciate you guys have been around with us for many of you have been day one. You know, people like Jay who've been with us for over 2 years and been on our team supporting us. So we appreciate all of you and all that you guys do. Let me continue with these shout outs. All right, we got the professor in the building, Don, to be on time, to be what's that, or to be late. Yeah, that's me. I was a little just a minute late. On band sound, what's up? Under 5,000. Yeah, in the building. We appreciate that you're here. We got Terrell here also representing. Good evening, brother. I'm glad that you made it. Definitely glad that you made it. We got the queen of live stream. Felicia's in the building. We already knew what was going to take place with that. All right. We got Larry Perry representing. All right. Where you from, Larry? Let me know where you're from. All right. Let's get ready to get started, guys. Like I said, this topic is about when it comes, because a lot of times you hear me speak. I try to show a lot of those 3 years. Okay, here's the breakdown. It was one day when I was sitting at my desk and I said, I'm moving out the United States, right? I'm making 80,000 a year. I got the suit on. I'm looking good every day. I got all the ladies I want. I got a convertible. I got my own place. I'm living in Florida. I'm living that beach life. You know, we say in Florida, that's salt life, right? I'm living the salt life. So outwardly, it looks like I should just be the happiest dude, right? Even though I wasn't sad, but I knew I wanted to travel and see some more of the world. So there was a window from that moment, and then 3 years later, when it came into fruition. A lot of times you guys will hear me talk about that window in between, because a lot of you are there like, I want to be able to travel a little more. I want to be able to relocate. I want to find love crossing borders, or I just want to be by myself and left alone and just travel and enjoy my life. Whatever it may be, a lot of times when you see me do the live streams, it's my topic centered around what the hell did that dude do within that 3 years that some people haven't been able to accomplish in a lifetime. So a lot of times I give you tips on things that I had to do. And one of the things I had to do is what I'm talking about today. And what that is making sure that I was no longer just set in my ways. Some of us, we got so many opportunities. Some of us got so much drive. Some of us love to travel. Some of us love to just do things around in our own country. But you so damn set in your ways, you really can't get done what you need to get done. Some of y'all should have moved to whatever area when I moved to Colombia. Yeah. Some of y'all, it ain't about the money. It ain't about the money. It ain't about the job. It ain't about that you need a few extra dollars before you. Some of y'all, it ain't even about your job. Y'all, some of y'all got jobs that'll let y'all work remotely. Some of us. What the challenge is that we have a problem of being set in our ways. We comfortable in them up in what we're doing right now. Some of you been watching Tailor Made Dreams and Ace Live for what, 4 or 5 years? Going on 6 years. Y'all been watching these dudes live their dream. And you told yourself about 4 years ago, I'm gonna do it. No, you ain't. You set in your ways. So we're going to talk about some of the benefits of being set in our ways, but then we're going to talk about some of the challenges that come along when you are set in your ways, especially as a traveler. Because some of us, we've been traveling so long, you've been doing the same since year one. If you still doing the same that you in DR that you was doing 6 years ago, what are you doing? No evolution? Like no evolution. You haven't grown at all. You just still doing the same stuff that you did years ago. You haven't thought about buying a condo since you go there so often. You haven't thought about maybe getting a rental piece of property or going in on, on a business venture. Nothing. Just the same thing that you was doing on your first DR trip. You're still doing the same thing 5 trips, 5 years later, 50 trips afterwards. So we're going to talk about that. All right, let me go to the comment section once again. Our West Indies. All right. Shout out to the West Indies, man. That's what's up, brother. All right. Buenas. All right, brother. I'm glad that you made it. I'm glad that you made it. All right. Let me take a sip. Drink in hand. I got one of the large ice cubes in there to keep it cool. As you can tell, that is a dark beer. Definitely. All right. Shout out for the first super chat that we have received. My man Howard in the building. Shout out from the DR2. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you more than you realize. All right. Hola, man. ¿Cómo está? Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that you made it in today, Howard, man. I appreciate you. All right, to give shout outs to each other. All right, the ladies, Felicia and Jay. All right, let's get started. There is beauty in being set in your ways. It is. It really is. When you're traveling, I'm going to tell you something. You need to be set in your damn ways. Some people got killed not being set in their ways when it comes to traveling. There are some people in a jail right now in a foreign country because of one thing and one reason only. They were not set in their ways. Sometimes when it comes to doing what you need to do and moving around you don't need to be doing every dang thing. See, that's the problem right there. You got your in neighborhoods that you don't know nothing about. Setting your ways mean, in the States, you don't mess with them type of neighborhoods. Why the hell you going to DR messing with them neighborhoods? There's a beauty in being set in your ways. If you don't, let's put it like this. If you don't come out of that type of money to a man, ladies, in the States, you ain't gonna do that for a man. Why the hell you giving up that type of money to a dude in Jamaica? Because you ain't setting your ways. You haven't found a set way of going to a country and not acting a dang fool. Nah, it's your money. Do what you want to. I tell dudes the same thing. It's your money. Do what the hell you want to do. You in DR. You in Thailand. You in Colombia, Cartagena, Medellin, Bogota, Cali. Do what you want to do. You want the Paisa ladies? I got you. But ladies and gentlemen, realize There are repercussions to how you spend your money. I'll say that again. There are repercussions to how you spend your money. So don't sit back and act like, well, I'm on vacation. I work for it. Why you in my pocket? Why you pocket watching? I ain't watching your money, player. Whatever you do with it, go ahead, do it, bro, do it. But when somebody get robbed, we all looking around like, I can't believe he got robbed. I can't. When somebody gets shot, we all looking around. I can't believe he got shot. What happened? And you run in the same circles and smash the same chicks. It could have been the same chick that shot this one dude, just so happened didn't shoot you. Or robbed that one dude, but just so happened didn't rob you. She just wasn't on robbery that night. She was taking a day off of robbery. So my point is, sometimes it's good to be set in your damn ways. Sometimes you just need to sit on down somewhere. Just sit your ass on down and just enjoy your vacation, enjoy your trip, and go home safely. That's the second thing that's good about being set in your ways. Safety. I'm going to say it again. There are neighborhoods that I don't mess with in Baltimore. There are areas of Chicago. You are not going to see Andre just prancing around. Detroit, I'm from Detroit, and this areas of Detroit I ain't going to. LA got spots that will never see. I will never see the break of day. You know, like that famous donut shop that LA got with the giant donut on top. I'll never go to that donut shop. That's in the hood of all hoods, right? I just go to a regular Krispy Kreme. Why? Because I know that it's not safety in those areas in my home country. I'm set in my ways. I ain't going over there. Why the hell you coming to Colombia, DR, Thailand, Mexico, Jamaica, St. Thomas, St. Martin, St. Kitts? Why are you doing the most in these areas that you don't know nothing about? You all up in the hood of Haiti. You ain't Haitian. You ain't got one family members that can save you if something happened to you. Now, one family member over there. What you doing all up in the hood of Haiti? Now, visiting Haiti, I got you. But you need to be setting your ways to realize I'm not rough and tough everywhere. I'm not John Henry / Paul Bunyan / Jon Snow. Winter is coming. Everywhere I go, I realize I'm 6'3", 240, active. And even I got enough sense to realize I'm not going in that area, certain areas of Brazil. I'll just see it from afar or in a movie. There is nothing wrong with being set in your ways. And whoever tells you that there's something wrong with that, they're trying to set you up for the setback. All right. I recently got my cousin and her husband thinking about relocating there as well. Think outside the matrix. Absolutely correct. There's nothing wrong with relocating. Me personally, I'm gonna tell y'all. So I can say stuff on this channel I can't say on Mostly Money, right? As you can tell. If it were up to me, and I mean this with all sincerity, other than family, I'll say this again, other than family, if I was on Social Security, there is no way in hell I'd be living in the United States. If I was retiring, there is no way in hell I live in the United States. When you know that little $700, $1,000, $1,500 that you're getting every month from the government is not enough to take care of yourself, and all you got to do is just head your little happy down to Mexico, and that money gonna double, triple, or come on down to Colombia, and that money gonna be 4 times as much. Other than being there for family, no. No. It should be. Mexico has 1.1 million retirees from the United States. It's the #1 location in the world for expats. So if you ever wonder where all the Americans go to and why everybody getting their passports, most people are getting their passports to move to Mexico. Why? They get the best of both worlds. They get to be close enough to the family if they need to fly home, and yet they also get the opportunity to be away from the tomfoolery of what's going on back home in the States. But I kid you not, from the bottom of my heart, I wish I could just grab up every older person that I know that wasn't there for family. I looked at Mexican nursing homes, how they treat them with the loving care of as if they taking care of their own mother and their own father. We're talking about some love, just hugs and the staff treats them as if they're visiting them, not as if they're working for them. It's just amazing the difference between how we even treat our elders in other countries compared to our home country. You know, in the nursing home, they look at our elderly as the next dollar. You know, okay, they older, let's get their money before they pass on. But in other countries, older people are revered. And if I'm gonna die in the country where I'm revered, like Paul. So yeah, I hope that your cousin and her husband do relocate. And if it's here, I don't know what country you thinking about. If it's here, Terrell, reach out to me, man, and I will give them any information that they need, because guys, I am heavy into couples and I'm into safe relocation, because that's what I did. Safe relocation. Let's continue on. I appreciate you guys too, man. Really do. All right. VA is some places that see, there we go. Yeah, there's some places. Yeah, I've heard about VA for real. I got a couple of coworkers that were from that area. Yeah. VA is not just Missy Elliott and Pharrell. All right. Traveling is good, but you got to get right with God. Amen. The beautiful thing about that is you start to realize the Lord is everywhere. And I'm gonna tell you something. The other thing that you start to realize when you travel about spirituality, your relationship with the Lord. We in the United States, our Christianity and our Islam and our Buddhism, we got it with lemonade. We can read our Bibles and our Qurans with sipping on the lemonade. We ain't got to worry about no persecution because we opened up a Bible. We ain't got. Start traveling to some of these other countries. You will see who love the Lord. You'll be thinking like, man, I thought I really love the Lord. You will see who love the Lord, because they love the Lord through thick and thin, ins and out. They're sitting around loving God with like Jack. Only got magic beans in their hands. That's all they got left. We only got some beans to plant. We sit back, we love the Lord, and afterwards we go into the Golden Corral. What if you had to love God and there wasn't no Golden Corral lifestyle? Wasn't no sit back and you could watch Joyce Myers or Joel Osteen or your favorite minister televised if you can't make it Sunday, or your favorite pastor is online. What if you had to love God and you ain't have all the online luxuries of your religion? You didn't have Minister Farrakhan from The Nation encouraging you. You had to just let God be the encourager. I'm telling you, when you start traveling to other countries, you start to realize our religious beliefs in the United States, we real comfortable. We think we know hard times. We don't know. We don't know no hard times when it comes to our Christianity. Some folks, we pray for people while they're in the hospital. There are countries where you praying for people we wish we had a hospital. Yeah, I'm telling you, boy, it's some strong believers outside the United States that they like, listen, this Bible was passed. We go to Walmart and buy a new Bible because you know what? I need the Gideon Bible, and I need the new King James version, and I need the King James, and I need a thesaurus to go along with it, and I need a concordance and a lexicon. We have all the big books, right? You got people in other countries with their Christianity. This one little Bible has been passed down for 4 generations, and you bet not tear it up, because that's the only one that's going to come in that family for another 4 generations. Yeah, I'm telling you, use your passport and bring your Bible. Yeah. Okay, with God now, and accept Jesus Lord as your personal Lord and Savior. Amen. We're nothing without Jesus. Amen. I believe that wholeheartedly. Thank you for that. I really believe that. If it were the Lord, believe you, I would not be living the blessed life that I'm living. Got a long way to go. All right. Homies in the building. You be fine, Randy. That's it. That's the spot. Randy's Donut in LA. The big giant donut. Man, I heard some things about that area. Like, do I really want to go to Randy's? It's right by the airport, and the area is getting gentrified. And that's, you can tell how my glasses on. And just overrated. Okay, cool, yeah. But you know what? They're kind of like revamping every area. This areas of Detroit that was like hood. Now you can have Leave It to Beaver and his mom and dad, Ward and Joan Cleaver, in those neighborhoods. You can have the nerdiest of the nerdiest people living in those neighborhoods that I lived in. I know I've seen shootouts and dead bodies, and all of a sudden they tore everything down and built a whole new neighborhood. So I'm with you on that gentrification. Okay, here comes the trolls. I like trolls. I won't even lie. I like trolls because I make trolls think. I really do. Trolls come on board and they say stuff, and then I'm like, let's talk about it. Trolls usually just want to say stuff to be heard, and then I'll sit back and say, let's talk about it. And then they like, oh, I wasn't expecting that part. Okay, so your dollar stretches further in Colombia than Mexico. Yes, it does. But it's easier to adapt to Mexico. Yes, it is, because you got your Walmarts in Mexico. Like when we went to Mexico earlier this year, and first thing I saw across the street was a Walmart, just like the one that's in the States. I'm like, what the heck? I'm seeing police everywhere, just like in the States. Some areas had good prices, some areas had high prices, just like in the States. So that's another reason why it's a lot easier to kind of adapt to Mexico. But what I like about Mexico, or just the Latin culture itself, they still have that family unit camaraderie that we in the United States, as in general, are missing. We love our families. I'm not saying we don't love our families, and many of us are really close to our families, but in the United States, it's such a broad country, a large country, that it's easy for us to relocate. You moved to Seattle, your sister moved to Tennessee, your younger brothers all stayed with mom, and then one moved to Texas. So it's we stretch out because we have a large country. And so, but in the Latin community, because most Latin communities don't come from large, think about it. The Latin community, for the most part, Mexico is basically the largest one, other than Brazil, but they speak Portuguese. But other than Brazil, unless Spain is larger than Mexico, the Latin community basically isn't from large countries. You see what as far as geographically. And so it's easier to be close knit. And so that kind of spills over towards how they treat you, that close knitness, in other words. Okay, the dollar stretch is, yes, to adapt to Mexico. Only thing I didn't like about Mexico, I won't lie. I like a country with police, but I don't like a police country. I'm going to say that again. I like a country with police, but I do not like a policed country. The United States is a policed country. Mexico is, as soon as I got there, stop me when I'm lying, guys. It's police everywhere in Mexico, everywhere. And I'm not talking about like the drug cartel. I'm just talking about regular cops, just like in the States. Like, I'm like, oh, I ain't come here for this. It's police everywhere like flies. You're like, what? Who's signing off on this budget? For those of you that don't know, before we continue on, the United States, the reason why I say policed also about the United States is the United States police force is the fourth largest military budget in the world. Now, when I say police force, I'm talking about from the FBI to your local traffic cop to the meter cop who gives you a ticket to your detectives to your cops that's just beating people down in the communities. When you put all those budgets together, it is the fourth largest military or enforcement budget in the world. The number one, as we know, are the top three are United States, Russia, and China. China is the largest military by numbers, like as far as like bodies. China has the largest military by bodies. We have the largest military budget and military force. So we got the force, but and then come Russia. But then number four, a lot of people don't realize this. It's at least as far as budget. Now, not as far as country, but as far as budget, the U.S. police force is the fourth largest budget in the world. I ain't trying to be around that all day. I was born and raised around all that. No, y'all got it. Like I said, I like a country with police, but I don't like to be policed. So, yeah. All right. So let's continue on with the comment section. Then we're going to continue on being set in your ways as a traveler, some of the good things, and then we're going to go off into some of the things that could be a challenge when it comes to being set in your ways. Why is it easier to adapt to Mexico? Interesting. I think I kind of just hit that one for you. Dre, that's why I'm traveling so much abroad. I know, right? Man, you always go. Got my VA disability. If that's another group, if you're on some form of disability and you know that you can get your passport and travel, and other than, like I say, other than family or physical. In other words, physically, you can't, relocate because, the type of medication that you may be on or whatever it may be, physical reasons or family reasons. If you got your Social Security or your SSDI, why the hell you hovering around the United States? I do not get that one. That little $700, if your $700 is worth $5,000 in another country, why aren't you in that other country? Because you are set in your ways. You ain't got to lie to me. We grown here. We drinking. Only one reason why you have not even gotten your passport and traveled and still complaining about what Biden hadn't done and how we all need another stimulus, when all you needed was to hustle up with that money, I'm telling you, that $135 to get I just had my passport here a second ago. I think I put it away. Did I? I put it in the other room. But my point is, to get your passport, there is no way in the world you should still be in the United States complaining. If you could physically get on a plane, and if the draw of your love for your family, everyday camaraderie, if that's a word, companionship, does not pull you as much, because I got family. I love my family, but I'm out. I'm out. I talk to them all the time. If that doesn't pull you, then there is no way you should be in the United States. It's just too expensive. I went back 2 weeks ago, and just on staying there, Airbnb, room board, getting around the city. I was there for 3 days. I couldn't take it for a week. I thought I could take it, but then I got there. I was like, oh, I gotta go. And I probably spent about $1,000 just room and board. That's it. Getting something to eat, Ubering around, because you know Uber is expensive as can be now, and I wasn't going to rent a car because car rental is like paying a house note, and so I was like, what made me not stay was that it was so expensive. I was like, why should I stay here, paying almost $200 a day to stay in the country when I've already seen the family members that I want to see. I've already bought all the stuff that I wanted to purchase. Most of it was just equipment. And okay, so why am I still here? So I said it would cost me $200 to fly back to Cali now instead of spending $200 for the next day, $200 for the next day, $200 for the next day, $200 for the next day. Then I fly out. I'm like, that's crazy, Andre. So I just I say I'm out. I'm gone. Love y'all. It came back after 3 days. So it wasn't anything about the United States that was bad. It was just the fact that I knew that it's expensive, boy. Woo. Not go to I miss me some Golden Corral. That's the only thing I do miss that I didn't go to Golden Corral. I did go to a seafood spot, so that was cool. Quincy and Sizzlers, I know, right? Oh yeah, I love the buffet spots. Okay. Yeah, you know what? This is what we'll do. Ta-da! And I put them over here just in case I need them. And I guess I need them. Okay, Argentina. Yeah, it's tight in Argentina. It's bad in Argentina. Argentina going through the same thing that Brazil is. I mean, Venezuela is going through. Their inflation is crazy. Pretty damn big. Yeah. Get those likes up. Thank you guys. Thank you, Felicia, queen of live stream. Guys, make sure you click the button. You ain't lying. You ain't lying, Dre. Okay, I don't like the police a police country. So Colombia Colombia it is. Okay, I was about to say Colombia is it. Okay. I'll have to invest in good Spanish class. That's what I'm doing right now with my man Domain on his YouTube channel, which is Let's Learn Spanish. I actually hired him as my Spanish instructor. He's really good, really down to earth. So if you want to get a good Spanish teacher, just go to YouTube and to Let's Learn Spanish. And Domain, hit him up in the comment section. And his prices are very inexpensive. When I get there. No, before you get here. Don't be buying your bullets before when you get into the war. Buy your bullets before the war. I'm not saying that you're coming to war. What I'm saying is get you a foundation of Spanish now. And I promise you would thank me for that. Just get you a foundation of Spanish. Okay. Police robbed my friends. Sound like something they did to me a couple times. Police robbed my friends, and as soon as I crossed the border, yeah. Talking about we need Mexican insurance. It was either pay $500 or he was taking the car. Yeah. So yeah, those police countries. Like here in Colombia, don't get me wrong. When the police come, like a couple of months ago when we had the riots, the police were out of control. They were just out of control. Third war, just destroying stuff, right? But other than that, police don't really mess with nobody. They really don't. Unless you know, they like in a lot of countries. They ain't making no money. So every once in a while they'll stop you, say, let me get that. 100,000 pesos, 50,000 pesos. But for the most part, like me, let me put it like me personally. These are stories that I heard, but me personally, I'm driving around Colombia. I haven't experienced any negativity. Not at all. Oh, I didn't tell you I got my first ticket. That's why I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and take these drivers class. Let me go ahead and get my LB legal, because they let me know that now that I am a person that is working on my citizenship, I can no longer drive with my U.S. driver's license. Who knew? Yeah, as long as I have my long as I was just like you guys, if you come to Colombia and you're visiting, you could drive, you could rent a car, motorcycle, or you could ride it around. But not me. If you're living here and you got your ID, a cellular, I don't know if you guys see my cellular before. Cellular is nothing but the term for your ID. This is my cellular. So yeah, if you got your ID, you might as well you consider just like a citizen when it comes to driving. So I had to end up paying like $400 for my ticket. Ugh. I was like, no, let me go ahead and get this driver's license. So I'm in class right now getting my license, and I should have it by the end of the month. So we're going to be celebrating that as well. And Andre and I are going to go do a detail of what the classes are like, what it's like to drive in Colombia, some of the rules, some of the things that you guys, if anybody wants to relocate here, some of the things that you'll find out when it comes to the driving exam and what it's like to get your license, because it's completely different than in the States. You got to take a physical here, all type of stuff, blood tests. Yeah. Yeah, Andre and I this Sunday, we're going to go through the details of what it's like to get a driver's license in Colombia. It's simple, but it's different. We talked about that with Larry. A police robbed my friends. Let's go back up. Yes, in Colombia. I'll be in Cali last week of this month. Let me know. Yeah, we're gonna have to link up. Ain't no hope to it. We'll definitely link up, man. I'm glad that you let me know that. Let me Terrell, let me know if you got my email address, and I'll if not, I'll put it in the comment section, and then you email me and we'll just exchange numbers. That goes for any of you guys that's coming to Cali. Why wait to take Spanish classes when you get there? Absolutely correct. You can take them now. Absolutely correct. I recommend that for anybody, male or female, because just knowing a little bit of Spanish, it makes you a little bit more comfortable in the grocery store. It makes you feel a little bit more comfortable when you get your Uber ride. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I would have to say 60 to 70% of my just getting around, I could do it on my own. I don't need Andre to come translate anything, or like right now with my classes, Andre is my translator in the class. So when I pay for my classes as American, Andre told him, hey, he doesn't speak fluent Spanish to understand these classes enough. And so what they're doing with me is they allow Andre to sit in my class to be my translator. And when it comes to the book work, I use my Google Translate, because a lot of people don't realize with the Google Translate app, all you do is put it right over. It has a camera. You put the camera right over the words, and it changes the words to English. So anything that I have in Spanish, I can actually just take my Google Translate on my phone, put the app over it, and it translates the words to English for me. So as far as studying is concerned, that's easy. That's real easy. But most of the time, like other than like going to the hospital or like I said, my classes, but my everyday get around activities, my Spanish is coming along, but I could get around. And that's what you can do here in Colombia. So don't feel like that you have to be fluent in Spanish to get around, because like I say, 70% of me getting around, Andre is not even around me. Going to the gym, going out to restaurants, hanging out with my boys, going to a bar, hanging out with you guys. It's easy. Howard Cooper, did you get one? Okay, I'm dipping. Okay, news alert. Spirit Airline just canceled all the flights out. Don, I've been hearing about Spirit in bits and pieces. Could somebody tell me what's going on with Spirit Airline? I've been hearing they've been canceling flights like crazy. We already know that going on Spirit Airline plane is like going into a boxing ring. We know that. But could somebody explain to me what is really going on with Spirit Airlines? Because I just been so busy over the past couple of days. I haven't had a chance to stop and look at any YouTube videos or read any articles. So could somebody give me some heads up on that? Yeah, that is terrible. That's really terrible. Okay, let me step out of that. Do you miss how you used to live in America? No, and I lived a good life in America. I lived a I was a you know what? I can easily say I was a blessed man. I was a college recruiter, an academic college recruiter. I worked with young people. I worked at Big Brothers and Big Sisters, Boys and Girls Club, 100 Black Men. I was with Black Lives Matter when it was like only a few people. It wasn't like this Black Lives Matter. It was like this Black Lives Matter. So anything had to do with volunteer, YMCA after school programs. So anything had to do with volunteering and young people, also volunteering in the nursing homes, that's always been me. So always had a great life. Living at Salt Life in Tampa. I mean, I got Tampa, Florida right there. Meaning I've got a national football team right there. I'm coming from Detroit hockey town. So I got the Lightning who just breaking people back in hockey. So I got a chance to celebrate that. I've got if you're from Tampa, you know, right across the street from the Tampa Bay Bucks Stadium is literally the Yankees training camp stadium. So we got a chance to see Yankee games while it was still cold in the wintertime up north. We're seeing all the Yankee games. And there are 32 training camps around the Tampa, Orlando area. So the Tiger Town is right down the road. So I got a chance to see my Detroit Tigers while you guys were up in the cold. So I was living a great life. We talking about, think about it. I'm in Florida. Some of the most beautiful women in the United States, born and raised in Florida. You get a chance to meet people from other cultures. I got a chance to meet, you know, when it's snowing up north, you got the snowbirds coming down to Florida. So you're meeting people from all over the country. And there, so I had a great life in Florida. I really did. You wake up to rainbows and hot chicks, right? No offense, ladies. But it wasn't the life that I knew that it was a good idea, but it wasn't God's idea for me, part of me. It wasn't, I knew it was something that was missing. And I'm not just talking about Andrea. I knew something, I knew I was out of place. I knew I was in a great place, but I was out of place at the same time. And I was set in my ways. And that's my point. Life can be so decent for you in one location that you fail to realize how great life could be for you in another location. I'm going to say that again. You are so content when you're setting your ways, how good life is where you are. You don't take the time out to advance to how great life can be if you take advantage of it. Just think about if I was still in that cubicle, still making 80,000 a year, still living that salt life, still being single man, living a single life in Florida, there would be no Love Crossing Borders. There would be no Andrea. There would be none of these channels. There would be no all the other business ventures. There would be no meeting her family. There would be no meeting you. There would be no live stream. This studio would not be. All these things would not be if I was still set in my ways. If I let the ways that I allowed to be set hold me hostage. I wouldn't have met my neighbors downstairs, old man Terry and his wife, who's from Texas, a retired nurse. Yeah, he's a retired nurse and she's a retired school teacher. And they were like, you know what? We're moving to Colombia. Cool as can be. I would have never met those people. My insight on the planet, it wouldn't be what it is. Because, you know, they don't tell us nothing in the United States. Let's be real. They don't tell us nothing in the United States. They give us a little, they throw us Al Jazeera's and that's it. There's no other channel that they give us bits and pieces of what's going on in another country. They usually try to tell us about the war part and tell us you don't want to go to that country because there's wars. Think about it. The United States. The only thing they ever told us about Colombia was Pablo, and then they said prostitution. Pablo, drugs, and prostitution. And then when you get here, it's like that is like a small part of what the Colombian story is about. And you realize that all of South America has its own story. If I stayed in that cubicle, and I know I'm kind of like beating a dead horse, with this cellular, I don't need to use my passport in South America again. South America, outside of Venezuela, because of what's going on with Venezuela, allows me to use my cellular to travel to any country for how long I want. I could do business. I could build a house in Brazil, stay there for 10 years, jump over to Peru for 3 weeks, shuffle on next door to Ecuador for 6 years. I want to learn tango. Let me shoot on down to broke Argentina real quick. I can go over to see the turtles on the Galapagos Island. Hope I pronounced that correctly. And then shoot over to Chile and look at the stars with some of the greatest in the world. Chile is considered some of the clearest skies in the world to see the universe. In the world. With this, I ain't got to touch my passport stays, other than I just had today. My passport usually just stays in the closet. Just think about it. I could just shoot up to Brazil with my ID. Crazy. None of that would have happened if I'd have stayed comfortable where I was, even though I was living a good life. So that's what you have to ask yourself when it comes to being set in your ways. Are you set in your ways and not God's ways? Because sometimes God got a blueprint and a plan for you that's way better than what you're dealing with. And you might be happy for 20 years and think your life is it. I just bought me my 3rd house. I got me 2 cars. I got me 2 hot chicks. Or for you ladies, you might have that nice boyfriend that he ain't asked you to marry you yet after 10 years, but he a good dude. He a good dude. Funny part is, if you would have took advantage of your passport, God had a man for you to marry after 3 years, after 2 years. If you were marrying type, I'm saying if you're the marrying type. So yeah, man, and you know what? Because this is the funny part. When it's your home country, you try to come up with a reason to say, well, this is what I miss about the United States. Other than family, I get better medical care here. I just over the past of just a physical here in Cali. I have never had such a thorough physical in my life. It has taken them a month plus for my I'm talking about x-rays. I'm talking about they study my DNA. They study, I mean, blood. I've had so many blood. They checked prostate exam, this lung cancer. They've checked everything, brain scan, all just a regular physical. You know, in the States, they like cough. Okay, dog, you all right. Here, thorough. Just for blood pressure, I had to go in 5 days. Each morning, they want to test the blood pressure to make sure that it was not that anything was wrong, but this is part of the physical. You know how much after a month and a half it cost us? Maybe 150,000 pesos, like $50. $50 to do that exam where they check your family DNA and make sure that this disease didn't come down to you, and all of that test in the States would have cost you an arm and a leg. That's what I'm talking about, the beauty of not being set in your ways as a traveler. Because sometimes you're being led to go to places initially to visit, but in the long run to settle. Some of us are moving to places, and I'm so happy that we're relocating, if the opportunity allows you to relocate to places because and visit places because that's where you need to be. I'm learning Spanish, Duolingo. Yeah, I like Duolingo. It does have its limits though. I don't have enough pilots. They don't have enough pilots. That's why. Oh, that's why. I won't lie. Like I said last week, I couldn't understand there's so many job opportunities in the States, and it's just not enough of everything. Man, here's the spirit. Oh, that's good. That is good. Okay. Uh, yes, it does. Email me. I believe I can. Okay, I'm dipping. I'm dipping in conversations. Tell me about Nebraska. Or what city? Nebraska. Oh yeah, over in Nebraska. Oh yeah, in Tampa. Yeah, that's over in the hood that I used to drive through. I drive past Nebraska on my way to work. But yeah. All right. All right, here we go. Comment has on my channel. Hey, let me make. Hey, Howard, what's your channel title? So I can go ahead and let people know about your channel. I'll help you out. Or if I didn't see it, so I can go ahead and make sure that I post it right here. So let me know what your channel is. They told us about Juan Valdez and the coffee. Yeah, and it's kind of funny because even though they told us about Juan Valdez, we kind of like believe like, okay, that's like a character, like like Paul Bunyan or John Henry, a folk tale, right? Until you get here and you realize, like, wait a minute, that dude's a real dude who owned, hey boo, that own real land, and I'm talking about like acres and acres, and this dude owned like mountain ranges and all just great coffee, man. We've been to his theme park twice. We actually just left this theme park. Oh, last month we just left this theme park. We drove out there for to a finca out there. Finca's like a getaway farm, beautiful area, beautiful houses. Okay, his borough. Oh, now it makes sense about the boroughs. Okay, I'm kind of dipping. South America is my second favorite continent next to Europe. You know what? Andrea and I are antsy about our trip to the States. Her trip to the States next year, but we are really adamant and antsy about our trip to Europe. Oh, that one. That was a good one. I'm good now. Bing. Let me open up another beer. Goodness gracious. Where did that come from? Okay. As we were talking about being set in your ways, we talked about, first of all, there is safety being set in your ways. There is stability being set in your ways when it comes to traveling. Also, hey, in other words, what I mean by stability is your life, is your plan, is your money. You can do it your way. And that's the cool part about stability. You know that, for example, for guys that have gone to Dominican Republic, or ladies that have gone to Dominican Republic a few times, you kind of know what areas you like. You kind of know what foods you like, what music you like. You kind of like set in your ways. You kind of like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what beaches that you like to go to and which ones that you don't. You know that when you go there, you might say, I want to make sure that I purchase this gift or this souvenir. Every time I go, I purchase this. So you kind of set in your ways, and there's nothing wrong with that right there. So stability is a good thing when it comes to traveling. And like I said, being set in your ways could save you from a lot of headaches when it comes to traveling, because you know which direction and what areas that you should be in and what areas that you shouldn't be in. However, there's another side of being set in your ways, people, we need to talk about. First thing, when it comes to being set in your ways, you're not being open to change. I understand, brother. I got you. You like the ladies. I got you. I feel you, brother. You like the ladies. Ladies, I got you. You like a certain type of guy. And when you go to a certain location, you see your type of guy. Nothing wrong with that. Not at all. The problem is you think your type of guy or your type of lady only is in existence in one circle. What do I mean? But what the hell are you talking about, Andre? Some of you dudes come down here in Colombia and you think that the only beautiful Colombian women are broke chicks that are coming from the hills or coming from some barrio to have sex with you because you're paying for it. And then she going back up there. And you think that's all you see. Some of you dudes are so set in your ways when you come to Colombia, you can't see that average chick that looked at you from the other side of the bar and really would have hoped that you walked over there and danced with her and got to get to know her. You never danced with her. You were too busy looking at the pros when you went to the club. Some of y'all ain't been with no regular everyday Colombian chick ever. And you've been coming to Colombia for what, 5 years? You are not open to change, not realize that you can get the same treatment and keep your money in your pocket. Same thing with you ladies. Same thing. You travel with your girlfriends and you tired of them heifers. You see them in the States. So now y'all going to Greece. You wanted to go this way. But like they always do, we come together, we lead together. So now you got to follow their path. And whatever the group decides, you got to do. You're not open to maybe taking 1 or 2 trips by yourself and seeing what it's like. I know some ladies that they like, I'll be damned if I go with a group of females. That will never happen. I've been traveling by myself for the last 20 years, and I've been around the world 3 times, including Antarctica. But sometimes you just set in your ways, ladies, that everything got to be done in the group because you think that it's safety in the group. To a certain extent, you're right. But yet there are a lot of women that build friendships in certain locations so they can go to DR. Why? Because they got a couple good friends that they made in DR that live there. They could come to Colombia by themselves. Why? Because they know all the spots to go to, because they remember when they were in those groups and they know where to go to and where not to go to. But some of you ladies, y'all always got to travel in the group, and you can't stand them heifers, and you know you can't stand their asses. You're like, man, I can't. Ooh, who coming on the trip? You got to ask who coming on the trip. Keisha coming? I don't know, girl. I don't know if I'm going this time. Y'all gonna let Keisha? Y'all letting Keisha go on the trip again? No, I ain't going this time. When you can go yourself, take your passport and one time just get out your comfort zone, be open to change, and go yourself. Same thing with you dudes. You coming to Colombia, stop trying to judge all Colombian women by the lenses of your experience. Because 98% of the women that most of you dudes deal with, they ain't like that. 98% of the women that you ignore in Colombia, you ignore in Brazil, you ignore in DR. You ignore. There are dudes that will tell you every female in DR is just hot and ready. She just want to give it to you every day. She ain't got no job. Her job is to satisfy you. There are dudes that will make you think that DR, There is no education. Women can't be smart and have goals. Women can't have drive. They'll make you, it's dudes that will have you think that DR is nothing but a whole island of big booty chicks that's ready for your American dollars. That's all on DR. So that's it. That's it on DR. That's what you're telling me. Okay. Don't forget, Andre and I are going to DR for the first time in a couple months. You think I'm talking crazy and reckless now to you? I'm going to really put my foot in your ass once I get back from DR. And the theory is proven that there are women in DR that have education, that have goals, that have drive, that have desires. They all ain't sitting waiting at the beach for your time. They all ain't walking around saying, oh my God, American Poppy. They all, you say, no. Because the way y'all sell it, if I was in a barber shop and I didn't know anything about the Dominican Republic, the way you sell it, DR ain't nothing but a bunch of women, no matter what age they are, they just some freaking things. Like there's no women attorneys in DR, no women doctors in DR, no women teachers in DR, no women police officers in DR, no women on the city council boards, no women mayors. Y'all make it seem like women in DR don't own no property, no nothing. So you telling me that everybody in the Dominican Republic just want to ride every woman, huh? That's because you sit in your ways of how you define it through your lenses. It's the same thing here in Colombia. I've been telling dudes for years, hey, all Colombian women ain't like that. All Colombian women ain't like that. But y'all will bring y'all little happy asses down to Colombia, go to the clock tower in Cartagena, go to Parque Lleras. Please pronounce it right. Stop saying Parque Lleras. Two L's in Spanish is a Y. Parque Lleras, not Lleras. Please pronounce it right, my friends. You go down to Parque Lleras and you think all of Medellin ain't nothing but a big broth. All the ladies want. No, bruh. All the ladies that you want to see want that life, that want to party like that. All the ladies in Medellin ain't like that. Majority of the ladies of the age that you like, let's say you like ladies under 30 or under 35 or under 40 or under 50. Most of the ladies in Medellin under 50 ain't like what you touch. Ain't nothing like the women that you've been dealing with. Most women in Colombia are going to work, taking care of business. Good people. But I would say Colombia, if I was in the barber shop and I didn't know nothing about Colombia and I had to learn it through you dudes will have me thinking that everywhere I go, Colombian women, as soon as I get off the plane, are dropping at my feet. That's because you're not open to change. You only see through your lenses. That's it. So one thing that we have to do when it comes to traveling, we got to stop lying to ourselves. Ladies, you don't have to travel always in a group. You can take your ass to DR or Jamaica or Bahamas or on a cruise. I've seen women on a cruise have a ball by themselves. Why? Because they got a room by themselves. Why? Because they met a big by themselves. Why? And guess who get their back broke in? You can scream at the top of your lungs because you got on a cruise by yourself. You ain't got to worry about a roommate or nothing. Why? Because you met you a big power linebacker looking dude, look something like me, even though I'm married. But my point is that you met somebody and you had a good time on a cruise and you were by yourself. But the only way that you're going to get to that, you are going to have to get out of your dang comfort zone. You are going to have to stop being settled in your ways of every time you take a trip, you got to take it with them heifers that you know you can't stand. You can't stand them. And I'm going to tell you something. You know something for real? They can't stand you either. They only with you, girl, because you can split the room, you can split the bill. That's it. If you didn't have the dollars in your pocket, they wouldn't hang out with you. They don't even mess with you in the States. All of a sudden, they want to call you when it's time to go to Greece, when it's time to go to Italy and Spain. What you doing, girl? You want to go to Spain with us? Other than that, you don't talk to them 10 chicks that you... Come on, let's think about it, ladies. You do not talk to them 10 chicks that you go on that trip with when you went down to Jamaica, other than the trips to Jamaica. Once y'all get back to the States, you might talk to 3 of them, but you ain't talking to all 10 until the next little trip. So my point is, get out of your comfort zone of being set in your ways and open up your horizons. Be safe. Remember I said comfort zone or being set in your ways does have safety and stability, but also be open to change. But a lot of people just aren't open to change. You really aren't. There is no way. I'm going to tell y'all something. Ain't no way in hell I'm going to DR for 5-10 years and I ain't bought a piece of property. Y'all crazy. You done bought, in 10 years, you telling me you have spent at least $20,000 on pros and you have spent 0 on a piece of property, and you've been going to DR for how long? You ain't set in your ways. You ain't open to you telling me you've been going to DR longer than Russ Taylor made. If this dude went down there and in 3 days bought a piece of property, wasn't balling, just was a dude that had the money when he needed to have the money. You tell me that this dude could do it in 3 days in the same island that you've been going to and have the same amount of fun, but he had enough sense to look around for the opportunity for change. And you couldn't do that after 10 years? That's because you set your ways, bruh. That's all you can see. You will never see an attorney in DR, ever, unless you go into court for something. You will never see a school teacher, ever. You won't. You won't see none of the professors in DR, the lady professor, nothing. The woman that's on the city council, you'll never see her, ever. Why? Because you ain't trying to see them type of people. You'll never see a tax accountant in DR. Why? You don't run in them type of circles. You don't run in them circles. You like bottom feeders. You like broke chicks that can come and stroke your ego and make you feel good about yourself, because the chicks in the States don't make you feel like that. Let's be real. And then you actually think that the females in DR or in Colombia that have an education or drive or goals, whether they just stand on a corner with a food cart, or whether they have a degree, both of them still have drive. Women with drive, you ain't got time for that. Well, I'm on vacation. So what do you do for the next 10 years? You keep running to the same broke ass that you was dealing with before. You set in your ways. But don't go back to the States and try to sell dudes in the barbershop that all the women in DR. Oh, no, dude. That small little smidget percentage of broke chicks that you deal with in DR, that's who you deal with. But don't try to discourage dudes from seeing all the other positive women that are in DR, in Colombia, and that are in Brazil. Because I personally know, I got female friends in Brazil right now that are extremely, extremely well off. Some sisters. So don't try to sell me on in Brazil. All they want is just an American to come there with your money, and they just treat you like the king of the world and sex you like a lord. Yeah, all that, but don't try to sell it like that's all Brazilian women have to offer. That's like going to the United States and saying, like somebody coming to the United States and then going back saying all the United States women are freaky, nasty. Oh my God, they on some wild stuff in the United States. I can't wait to get back to the US, ladies. Oh my God, you ladies in the US. And everybody knows that for the most part, most women in the United States are just everyday, hard working, getting their grind on women. Take care of their kids, take care of their family. But then you try to sell that bull about other countries when you get back to your own country. You show your boys what you want to show your boys about DR. Y'all notice that? You show the same chicks, the same photos, the same videos of the same type of chicks in DR, but you'll never show the average, everyday, hard-working, take care of business, own some stuff, got a career DR chick. You know why you don't show them chicks? Because they don't with you. Because you are set in your ways. One of the things that I did between that time where I said I want to move to Colombia and I finally moved there, remember I said that 3-year window, I had to stop being set in my ways for my life to change. I couldn't allow me to continue to define how life would be by what definition I had already created. I couldn't sit back and say, well, Andre, you was this way always. No matter where you go, you're going to be this. No, you can't do that and be successful in the future of your life. You just can't do that. And like I said earlier, the tips that I've been giving over the last month or two are basically when dudes ask me, hey, bruh, I'm going to ask you for real. How the hell you do it? How the hell you leave an $80,000 job living in Florida? You smashing some of the baddest chicks. You driving good. You living good. You got your spot. How the hell you walk away from that? And how did you put yourself in a position to economically to be able to do that? Dude, I ain't gonna lie. How the hell you meet Andrea? How you meet a Andrea? How you come up on that? I'm telling y'all the blueprint of how I did it. Not saying that I'm better than, but what I'm saying is I'm better than who I used to be. And one of the ways I became better than me, I had to stop being set in my ways. Well, this is how I always been. Well, your always been only got you this far in life. And you trying to get this far. I'm going to say that again. Your always got you this far in life. When you trying to go this far. In the song Champion, Jay-Z has a line that goes directly to Damon Dash. This right after they broke up. He says, you build a hove, you said you build a hove, build another hove. One of my favorite lines of Jay-Z. He said, you built a hove, build another hove. In other words, you said that you made me and who I am. Okay, cool. Go find somebody else that's like me and you can build another one. Prove that you can build a Jay-Z. Go ahead, like it's that easy. Go ahead, build another hove. And his point was this. Damon Dash in the Rockefeller company could only take Jay-Z so far, set in the ways. But Damon Dash wasn't open to saying, let's open this thing up to those that could take us to the next level. But Jay said, I am open to that. So it was a gamble. Jay didn't know he was going to be Jay-Z and Beyonce. He didn't know that. Billionaires. He didn't know all that. But he knew that, let me change my ways and see what life is going to take me. He changed his ways. The only reason Dame and Jay-Z didn't get along anymore outside of economics was because one was willing to change his ways and one was set in his ways. That's what you're going to have to ask yourself. Even though both were successful, you see that? Both were very successful. They could have stayed in the position which they were in. But one said, let's see what life is like if I change my ways. And the other one said, I don't want to change my ways. Now, who was the most successful? The person that changed their ways. If it worked for one group of person who's on a plan, who's got 24 hours just like you do, how much more can changing your ways work for you? So that's what I did. I said, man, Dre, like Michael Jackson said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. And what was the next line? What was the next line? Mike could have asked the man in the mirror to do anything. You looking in the mirror. Mike could have wrote any line. The next line, Mike said, I'm looking at the man in the mirror and I'm asking him what? Come on now. Get another job? Nope. Make more money? Nope. Get another woman? Get another man? Nope. Mike said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror and I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. Take a look at yourself and make one thing. What? Make more money? Did Mike say that? Make more money? Take a look at yourself and make more money. Did he say that? Come on, let's be real. Mike said, take a look at yourself and make a change. Another problem with being set in your ways is this. Can't nobody tell you nothing. First thing, you ain't open to change. Second thing, can't nobody tell you nothing. And you know what? I'm not even talking about the ladies. Ladies, I got you. I feel you. Fellas, I don't know what's going on in the Black community. I guess I missed that meeting of Black Men Unite, the Black Man, He-Man's Women's Haters Club, the High Sign. I must have missed that meeting because over the last 10, 15 years, Black men are some of the most emotional mother I have ever seen in the history of emotional. I swear, you can't tell nothing to you brothers no more. Can't say if it ain't nice and sweet and put in a ribbon, y'all ready to shoot everybody, kill everybody. Ain't what happened? You ain't even ready to fight no more. You sit up there, gotta shoot everything. He knocked me out. I'm gonna go kill him. Really? You going to jail for that? In my day, you fought and lived to fight again. You can't tell a black male, black woman can't tell you nothing. White man can't tell you nothing. Another black man can't tell you nothing. Your kids can't tell you nothing. There are black men that I have actually watched black men half of Russell Taylor May's age who came to DR just over a year ago, try to fuss that man down on YouTube, put out videos on that, try to say that man was one way when we know he ain't that way. No respect for elders. Wasn't black women putting out them videos. It was emotional black men. I'm a YouTuber. I know how long it takes to edit a video. You telling me that you got the audacity to run through all of a person's video archives, sit back for about an hour plus, edit it, sound, add music, and then take the 10 to 15 minutes to upload it. Oh, by the way, you got to do the description. You got to put in it to monetize. You got to put in commercials if it's commercial, the whole gambit. Just because your emotional ass don't like Russ, because he like helping kids in the orphanage, and because everybody get along with him and everybody's watching his channel and they ain't watching your channel, so you all emotional. I sit back, now tell me if I'm wrong, fellas. I sit back and I watch other YouTubers get 5 black men on a panel. They screaming, yelling at each other, cussing each other out, belittling each other, calling each other names instead of just having a regular conversation. Now, do some white boys do that? Yeah, there's a few white boy channels, but do most white boy channels do that? No. You put 2 white boys on the channel, and I'm not talking about politicians, but 2, 3, 4 white boys on the channel, they're going to talk about the topic and keep on pushing. But not our emotional asses. No. We put too much, brothers. It's about time you let somebody tell you. I'm going to repeat that. You are at the stage of life where you need somebody to tell you. You know how Jay-Z became Jay-Z? I'm talking about beyond rap. He had enough sense to let other people be able to tell him. See, the reason why you ain't got, because can't nobody tell you. You think the little bit that you got is but it ain't. It ain't. You think that your little convertible, let's say Maserati, your little convertible Corvette collection, your 15 Jordan, your 30 pair of Jordan classics, you got a $2,000 pair of Jordans that's like the original ones with the autograph on it. You think that is you think that level of life, you smash more women in DR than you smashed in this. You got history of Thailand. You can't tell nobody, but still, can't nobody tell you. Can't nobody sit back and tell you, hey, bro, there's a piece of property over there for $30,000 in DR. It's yours. But can't nobody tell you that. Can't nobody tell you that. You know why? Do you ever think about why people only talk about women, sex, and partying to you? Because you ain't the type of brother nobody want to talk business to. And you probably own a business. But when it comes to traveling, they like, man, it's a clown. You can't tell them nothing. We got to break that. You got to break that, fellas. You really do. It ain't cute. And the older we get, the more unattractive it looks to women. Women do not want to be around men that you can't tell to. Stop it. We need to stop that, like Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help. We got to stop it. At the end of the day, fellas, we all need to be on learner mode all the time. I'm always learning, always reading, always listening, always hearing, always being encouraged. I take the meat and I spit out the bones. I apply to me what applies to me, but I don't need to put emotion involved in it. I've gotten disagreements with guys, but there was no emotion, no anger, no. I'm past that stage of being all the emotional black man. They want to talk about you ladies. They want to put out the narrative of the emotional black woman. She emotional. I call bull. Yeah, y'all emotional. That's being a woman. I'm talking about the men, especially black men, with emotional answers. Can't nobody tell you nothing. We got to get past that stage. If we want to be the kings and the rulers and the lords and the gods that we're supposed to be, if Jesus could sit back and listen and he Jesus, who are you to where nobody can tell you nothing? You know every damn thing. You know we used to call people like you? You know, back in my day? Back in my day, son. We used to call people like you world. There's a lot of brothers that we call world. Why y'all call it world, Dre? Because you know every damn thing in the world. So when you say, man, that dude over there, that's world right there. That's world. Man, he ain't number world. Because you know everything in the world. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Nothing. You know, you act like you know all the poetry. You know every architecture. You know every shoe that's ever come out. You know the answer to every trivia question. They just need to put you on how to be a millionaire so you can answer all the questions in one whop. Because you act like you know everything. You know how fast the sun rotates backwards on its axis. You know how many stars in the sky. You know how many planets circulate each star in the sky. You know everything in the world. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You know every recipe that's ever been recipeed. Your woman, damn, she can't tell you nothing. You know every sexual position like you Bruce Lee of just jujitsu and karate. I flow like water. You just know everything. I'm gonna tell you something. The most successful people in their career will tell you this. They are always on learner mode. Always on learner mode. That's one of the keys to success. Doesn't matter how many billions you got, you are always on learner mode for the next level of life. Whether it be you're successful in business, but you try to learn to be a better father. Whether you're a good father, but you're just starting your business and you're like Jeff Bezos and you got your business in the in your garage for right now. Whatever it might be, you got to stop acting like it is not cool to let the next generation of black men learn to not learn to listen, to sit back and can't nobody tell them nothing. Now you got these other black men running around, younger generation. They walk around wearing dresses and kissing each other on music videos. Why? They learned that from y'all. What, kissing in the music videos? No, not listening. See, they saw their daddy not listening. So when you try to tell these young boys something, what did they learn from you? Not listen. So now these young boys walk around holding hands and dresses. And I'm not talking about the kids that were just talking about, I'm gay. I understand it's gay dudes out there. That's still part of the world. Shout out to the rainbow. But I'm talking about kids that are out there just being out there. Just, I don't know if I'm gay, but I'm going to just try it anyway. Like, what? That's because they saw their daddies, and I know I'm kind of like beating a dead horse, but that's because they saw their daddies not listening. Can't nobody tell y'all. You got to let that go, bruh. Don't think you're going to succeed in relocating to another country and can't nobody tell you. That's not going to happen. You're going to have your little happy ass going right back to the United States to your little cubicle job and sitting your little happy ass down. That's what's going to end up happening. All you truck driver brothers, shout out to y'all brothers. If you're trying to get out that truck, you need to start listening and stop thinking that you know every damn thing. All you brothers that's in the barber shop and you tired of cutting heads and it's been 15 years, and you ready to move to DR instead of visiting DR, it's time for you to get on learner mode and listening, because that's what I had to do. I had to get past that point of just acting like I knew every damn thing and I didn't know nothing. Nothing. Oh, on the outside, it looked like I knew because I had the success of a black man, but for real, I ain't know nothing. And I'm still learning because I'm supposed to be on learner mode. So the number 2 problem with being set in your ways is that you brothers can't nobody tell y'all. You need to let that one go. Let that one go. What's up, MLB? I ain't seen MLB in a while. What's up, brother? MJB. How you been, man? Oh, right. These comments, I know y'all like, yeah, make a change. Some people just scared of, and it is like that. Like at the job, like on my job, they changed us from the 2nd floor to the 3rd floor. We just like, oh man, I can't believe they changed us from the 2nd floor to the 3rd. A cubicle is a cubicle is a cubicle, and we sat up there act like they moved us out the neighborhood. People just, aren't comfortable with change. I understand that part of just human nature. But when you know that life is trying to tell you, listen, I got something for you. What you got for me? Change. Well, I don't want that. I don't want. I'd rather take a stimulus check. No, I want to give you change. Life, I don't want that. That's not comfortable. I know it's not, but I'm gonna give you change anyway. Some of us would accept everything from life, all the BS that life has to offer, all the hard times and hard knocks, times of not being healthy, times of not having relationship, not having love, times where we confused. We were willing to accept all that from life. But as soon as life sit back and said, I'm gonna give you change. No life, no. Are you freaking serious? You accept all the beat. Some of you ladies, y'all stay in a relationship for 5 years. You know you should have had your out that relationship year 2. I don't know why you still hanging around. You still, boo. As a man, we all know our sex might be good, it might not be good. It might be great for 3 years. But after 5, it's just some regular old sex. It's just regular old every day we having sex. Don't be trying to hang around as if he's fantabulous. We ain't that good. We good, but we ain't that good for 5 years of hanging around, and you know we ain't worth it. Time for change. Time for you to just kick that dude to the curb. Your girlfriends that you're taking a trip with, time to kick them old heifers to the curb. Next trip is on you, solo. Get you a nice little spot where it's safe at a hotel or a resort or an Airbnb, where you got a place where some suggestions, or even when you get there, you can meet up with groups and do some tours in the group tours. Do it like that, but at least you're by yourself. You ain't got to deal with them knucklehead girlfriends of yours. You know how much sex you would have had? You know how much sex you would have had on that last trip to DR if you would have been with your little girlfriend as your roommate? You know that one tall dude that you wanted, and he wanted you, but he lived on the other side of the island. He didn't have a car, so you couldn't go to his spot. You would have went to your spot, but you had your little hater girlfriend. We come together, we leave together. Ladies, by the way, who the hell came up with that anthem? You go out to the club, one of your girlfriends meet somebody that's nice. Just because you ain't about to get no that night or sex that night, now you hating. We came together, we leave together. Who came up with that at the female man haters meeting? Don't do that. That ain't cute. If your girl about to get her some good loving, you need to be happy for it. Girl, go on get that. Go on get it, girl. Don't be hating. Back to my regularly scheduled program. At the end of the day, you may need to take the next trip by yourself. Get out of being set in your ways, and I bet you enjoy your trip for the first dang time. For the first time. And if you think the trip that you went on with your girlfriends was good, just imagine how good it'll be with a trip where you can go wherever you want at any time you want to. You ain't got no roommate you got to deal with, none of that. You just wake up, you turn over, and it's a big black brother just sitting there ready to give you some more good sex because you ain't got a roommate on this trip. Change your ways. Stop acting like anybody tell you nothing. Stop acting like you can't change. Numero tres. This is the final one, guys. You can see time and opportunity is passing your happy ass by. I'll never forget. I told myself 3 years I'm moving to Colombia, right? I've been stacking my money, feeding my 401k like a baby, just feeding, stacking all my other little investments here and there. I ain't doing no clubbing. I cut the TV off after the Trump election. I'm focused, right? 3 years. Remember I said 3 years. When the 3 years came up, I remember I told myself, and I told my coworker this, my man Pete. Shout out to Petey. Petey said, are you about to leave in a couple months? Because I said I'm leaving in November, right? And I was like, no, man, I'm gonna stay. I'm getting maybe another 10, 15,000. Because I think, I'm like y'all, like America taught us, you gotta have all this money, which is BS. I'm gonna tell y'all why in a second. And so I sat back and I was like, well, I need another 10, 15,000. I'm really good. I'll be really good. And he said, Dre, get your ass out of here. And it was October. He said, go get your ticket one way and move to Colombia. You've been talking about this for 3 years. Sometimes being set in our ways, we forget that time and opportunities are passing us by. If you don't get on that plane, and take that seat, don't worry. Life got somebody else that will get on that plane and take that seat. If you don't buy that property in DR, don't worry about it. Life got somebody else that will buy that property in DR. If you don't take that online job opportunity, don't worry about it. Because life got somebody lined up to take that online job to where they can live in Japan, they can live in Thailand, they can live in Iceland if they want to. Because that job is online, they can take it anywhere. So since you didn't want to apply for it, don't worry about it. Somebody else will get that job. When you are a person that is set in your ways, you don't realize time and life and opportunities is passing your little happy ass by. I made a promise to myself. I refuse to let this get completely wiped before I accomplish what I plan on accomplishing. And I'm on my way. I knew the day would come, and it's getting close to the whiteness. But when it was all black, I said, that's one thing I told myself. I refuse to let this get all white, and I haven't accomplished what I want to accomplish or need to accomplish. That was my little motivator. Maybe you got something else that's your little motivator. And like I said, I understand that some people have family responsibilities. You know, you got your kids are not older yet, or you got younger kids, things like that, or you just a person that's close to your family. I'm not talking to those individuals, but I am talking to individuals that at the end of the day, your life is cleared up enough to where if you wanted to relocate, or if you wanted to take a trip by yourself, or if you wanted to accomplish something by yourself, or if you want to go after a goal with a group of people, you can do that. That's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to y'all that's constantly bored around and not realizing life is passing your happy by. It's passing you, but I don't know what you thinking. I don't know why you keep, like I always say, I don't know why people in the States treat their life like they got another one in a shoebox in the closet. I don't know why you act like I'm going ahead and mess this life up, but it's good because I got another life in my shoebox in the closet. They don't know about that life. On that life, I'm gonna be the bomb. You ain't Hindu. You don't believe in reincarnation. Most of us ain't Hindu. You ain't think you coming back and you might not come back as a person. You might come back as a butterfly. Now what? You might come back as a mayfly and you only get 24 hours to live. Now what? That's what my point is. Treat this life on this side like it's the only life you're going to have, at least on this side. Now, many of us believe in life on the other side, of course, but I'm talking about the one you got on this side. Stop BSing around. I don't know what you're doing. Damn a YouTuber. Out of y'all footage, we appreciate you. We really do. But we want to meet you. I love when I meet males and females from around the world that, hey, Andre, let me buy you a beer. Hey, Andrea, let me buy you some tea. Let me buy you a shot. We love that because we know that in order to be there, you had to change your ways to meet up with us. Just like I had to change my ways to meet Andrea, to meet Felicia, to meet Terry. I would have never met any of you guys if I hadn't changed my ways. That's my point. I hope the information that I got one more beer. Oh, I got one more beer. I'm gonna finish this beer off with you guys. Let me go to the comment section. There's about 16 of us. I don't want to hold you guys too late tonight. Let's get our laughter on. Women, y'all notorious for that. I don't know where y'all get that from. Like I said, the wingman term would not exist. The wingman himself would not exist if it wasn't for your hater friends. If it wasn't for your girlfriend that because she wasn't getting no sex that night, she was leaving from the club, going home to her no battery vibrator because she didn't wore the batteries out. Went home to her no battery vibrator, and you went home to with your biggie, and y'all went out. First of all, y'all went and got some breakfast after the club, and then y'all went and found y'all little spot, and y'all just lived a Too Short Freaky Tales night for that night, right? But you wouldn't, because your hater friend sat back and was blocking. Yup, blocking, hating. And if you ever been that hater friend, shame on you. If you ever been that female that was like, we come together, we lead together. Hater. Now here I gotta come along and be the wingman. I gotta come along and I gotta be over there with my boy. Like, hey, dog, I ain't having sex with a dog. I'm just here. You ain't gotta have sex with her, man. Just keep her distracted, man. Just pretend like you interested, man, while I'm hollering at her girl. Or, man, dude, do me a solid, man. I know you tired, you want to go home. Man, come to this hotel party with me. It's gonna be me and her girl and her. What a girl look like. She cool, man, you lying. She ugly. She cool, dog. Man, I ain't having sex with a dog. You ain't gotta have sex, man. Just keep her attention, dog. All that would not be taking, that little skit that I just did would not be taking place if it wasn't for you being a hater on your girlfriend who came up that night. And because you had to drive home by yourself, and even if she drove, you could have Ubered your little happy tail back home. Uber exists now. You can't sit back and say, well, she drove. So if you don't hop your happy in an Uber and go home and let your girlfriend get some sex tonight, shame, ladies, shame. Dudes don't do that. You ain't never heard no dudes talk about some, hey, dog, we came together, we lead together. We don't do no stupid like that. No, shame, ladies. So next time y'all have the man haters club meeting, the high sign, ladies, tell all the other ladies, just because we came together, listen here, heifer, we might not lay together. You better tell them like this. We coming together. I plan on not leaving with y'all. I plan on leaving with a big brother. So let them know before you go. I'm going to say it again. Ladies, let your girlfriends know before you go. If you come up on some sex, do not be blocking. Do not be in your business. You should be happy for each other. Girl, break his back in. Show him what we ladies can do. That's what you need to be doing. Sitting up there hating on each other. Family and relatives especially. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I don't even like him. Why you with? He with us. She's gay. She's with me. Dudes be like, I know she ain't gay. We was just hollering. And all of a sudden you want to walk up, grab her hand, talking about she's gay. She's with me. The hell? This is my niece, and I'm not letting anything happen to her. Your niece wants some and I'm here to give us a Now here she go, because she ain't getting none. What I hate it. Okay, best thing you can do in today's world, move in silence. Everything everyone doesn't need to know. This is absolutely correct. When I left the States, there was still people wondering people. They're so naive. I love my family. They so naive. They didn't know what continent Colombia was in. Now, where's Colombia? Is that over there by Switzerland? That's over there by New Zealand. It's in South America. Right next to Mexico? Mexico is Central America. Ain't that by Canada? See, I love y'all though. I love y'all though. I just had to tell my family I love y'all though. Y'all just, one day I'm gonna send y'all a map for Christmas and circle it. Send y'all a map one day. But yeah, facts, moving silence. Yeah, everybody gotta know your business. Do your thing. That's how you keep foolishness down, when the least amount of people know your business. Okay, clubs, bars, been there, done that. I'm done with that life. Yeah. Usually when like here in Colombia, you have, you have young people that still club hop like young people do, right? But you have the more mature crowd that's over, I would say over 35. They go for the music and the atmosphere. You'll have a club popping here in Cali, 200-300 people, 7:15 in the afternoon, in the evening. You like, how the hell this club is popping and said, not because everybody's so old they need to get to bed. No, people of all ages, because they're coming for the music, the dancing, the companionship of the community, not necessarily, oh, I'm going to the club, I'm about to smash somebody tonight. Those are clubs that be up, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, which is cool clubs. Bars, I'm a bars man. I like some bars because I get to sit at the bar, meet different people, different personalities, watch a sports game, or listen to some good music. I've met so many of y'all I've met so many people from the States at the bar, because the mall here has one of the most famous dentistries in the country that does veneers. So a lot of Americans come to Cali to get their veneers done, right? So I'm meeting so many Americans just sitting at the sports bar. So many people from the States. One time I met 3 people from the States who didn't know each other that were all going to the dentist that week to get their veneers done. And they met through me because I met this one, then I met that one, then I'm like, wait a minute, this person is that. So we all just kind of like hung out at the bar for like 4 or 5 hours. So at the bar here and at the club here is a little different from how we see bars and clubs in the States. But it's cool. It's cool. But you ain't looking for your wifey at the bar. Let's put it like that. Felicia in the building. Dre dropping that game for show. Yeah, man, listen. No Mexico and North America. I know, right? Thank you, Charles. Shout out to Charles. I'm with you. That is not for me anymore. Been there, done that. Don't want it anymore. I was like that. I mean, like Andrea and I will go. Like I said, we'll go. Like Andrea went out last night. She went out dancing, had fun, hung out with family and friends, and came home, had a ball, made him something to eat, and was feeling it today. She just woke up a couple hours ago. Right? I'm all live and full of energy because I slept all night long, and she walking around like a zombie. Now she's back on track, right? But my point is, yeah. As far as how we normally would club and party, yeah, I'm not. People think that just because we own a vehicle now, that Andre, you probably going to the parties and clubs all the time. No, not really. Not really. I usually kind of like party and club when you guys come. So I'll go hang out with you guys. I'll take you guys around and I'll show you around. But then most of the time on Friday nights, you guys see where I am, right here with you all. Here's to you. Sports bars are okay, but my clubbing and partying days are, yeah. I'm more of a sports bar type. Like I said, I meet so many of you from the States, so many, and you could tell us. You can say, you don't have to say a word. It's just an energy that we give. You could just have sat down at the bar, and I could be like, "You're from the States. What's up?" And all of a sudden, conversations start and blah, blah, blah. And we start drinking. And I've met whole families, like whole families at the bar. And because here at the mall, like I said, they have those small bars. So you'll see a bar here, and then you'll go like way down the hall in the mall, and there's another bar, another sports bar, and then you go right around the corner, and there's another sports bar. And so in the mall, there's just sports bars everywhere. So you can just while you're walking, just sit on down, have a drink, and it's almost like bar kiosks. And basically, that's what it is, bar kiosks. And they're nice sizes, but I mean, people go there, watch the sports games and all type of stuff. It's real cool. Okay, I got something now. Just not going every week like those folks in the Matrix for real. And look forward to living for the weekend. I know, right? Like old school. I mean, like that old song, "Living for the Weekend." I know the OJ's, boy. I used to live in Cleveland, so that's where the OJ's and Leverts are from Cleveland, and they still live there. Still have property and family there. So in Cleveland, yeah, they still. I know that song right there. They give a concert every year. The OJ's. Let's see. Well, more sporadically outside of the Matrix with someone I know. That's what's up. That is what's up. All right, guys. I'm about to wrap this up because Andrea is making me some tacos. I'm going to relax. I appreciate you more than you realize. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching the video. I dropped a video today for you guys to check out. If you didn't get a chance to check out Andrea and I this past Sunday, I just dropped that one when we were talking about good women versus bad women here in Colombia. And this Sunday, we're going to talk about the driving experience here in Colombia and taking driving classes in Colombia, just in case you guys ever relocate and you want to get your driver's license here. Well, my name is Andre of Love Crossing Borders, and I will be seeing you guys this Sunday. You have a great evening, and I'm going to finish off this last sip of beer. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you guys later. Más tarde. Oh, yeah.